Harry is Lord Potato, and this is, well, what if Yuji Itadori was, or not, he was, can control elements? So, when I mean elements, I mean like water, fire, and all them others, but different more. Like, uh, time and other things, but yeah, I'll mention how that will work. But yeah, now, of course, we go into, well, into Jujutsu Kai. Into the part where they're about to, like, fight each other in the exchange event. So yeah, all the other things did happen the same, so yeah. Now, of course, Yuji is very pumped, and of course, he's, like, very excited, and everyone else is also the same, except for Kyoko, the other school, because they are actually going to have to kill Yuji, because, yeah, since he's still stuck in the vessel. Now, of course, that would still go the same, but something would change. A girl with, well, golden hair and scarlet red hair, like a mixture into her hair, will actually go into the classroom, or not the classroom, the room that Gojo is at, the two principals, May, whatever her name is, the girl who can actually use the birds or animals to see through their eyes and all that, and Tamio, or Yurihime or something like that. But yeah. Now, of course, they're all in the room until they hear knocking. This is what the principal says, come in, Principal Yake. Now, of course, this is where the girl comes in, and, well, she's wearing, well, a very expensive, like, kimono, two fans that she has in both hands. One to kind of cover up her face a little bit, but yeah. And, of course, this is where Principal Yoko says, who are you exactly? This is where, well, this is where Principal Yake said that. Now, of course, this is where the lady said, oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is, well, Zayana from the Yoso clan. So, of course, in this world, there's actually, there's going to be 4 different clans. So, the Gojo clan will still be there. The, what was it called? Zenin clan will still be there, and the whatever it's called, the Blood clan, the one that used blood manipulation, whatever. So those 3 clans would still be here, but also another one, the Yoso clan. Now the Yoso clan is very, well, what's it called? It's a noble clan, of course, and it's kind of as strong as the Zenin clan, but yeah. This is where the principal says, so you're from the Yoso clan. No wonder you gave me an, well, kind of email last time about you wanting to come. So, have a seat then. Zayana from the Yoso clan. And this is where Zayana says, thank you, Principal Yoko. And this is where she takes a sit next to Gojo. Well, kind of behind Gojo a little bit. And this is where she's kind of looking at Gojo, and Gojo says, why are you looking at me? This is where Zayana says, oh, nothing. I'm just wondering, your hair is just purely white. Is that what is that like all of the Gojo family is? Fully hair full of white? Yeah? Here's where Gojo says, no, I have a niece that's in the exchange event that's from Kyoko who has, well, white hair but with crystallized kind of bluish, kind of icy bluish hair highlights. This is where Zayana says, oh, interesting. So yeah. This is where, well, Gojo says, you don't have any family in the exchange event, do you? This is where Sayana says, oh, no, not exactly. But, yeah. This is where, when they're just watching the exchange event, of course, Yuji is still going to be somewhat attacked by what's called the Kyoko, Kyoko students and all. So, like, Todo and all them others. And Todo still asks him that question, and of course Yuji still gives him the proper answer. A tall woman with a nice back. Never mind. But, what's it called? So that's what he still gives Todo, and Todo says, my best friend. Of course, this is where, well, Yuji is kind of unnerved right now. He is not unnerved from the whole kind of fighting against the Kyoko students. He's unnerved because there's actually people watching him. Watching his movements exactly. And watching the other Kyoko students. He's hoping that the Kyoko students aren't going to do anything rash. or brash or anything like that. So he's just hoping that as well something will happen. Toto still says fuck all y'all off because he's fighting against Yuji, his best friend. And of course Yuji says thank God. Now the people that were watching this just left. Now of course this is where Yuji says thank God they left. So why is Yuji so unnerved about some people watching him? Now of course they are not they are not animals that they're not like animals that are from made like control and all that, or not control, try to see and all that. But yeah. Now of course this is where Yurihime or something like that is right now talking to Gojo, and of course this is where Sayana actually comes in and talks a little bit. Now Sayana is actually the age of 28. She is 28, and of course yeah, but she has her eyes kind of closed, so yeah. So no one actually knows what she has under her eyes. So of course this is where Gojo is saying, so Sayana, so do you have like any family, anyone in this place you're interested about? Sayana says, maybe just one person in particular. But you don't need to know about him. This is where Gojo says, interesting, why is that? Oh, well, Sayana says, oh, well, I'm hoping you already know him, since he is your student, isn't he? This is where Gojo says, Fuji, you mean Megami? This is where, well, Sayana says, no, not him. You wouldn't be interested in the panda, the speech user. Not neither. And you say him, so what's it called? Mocking and Nobara are out of the question. Wait, Yuji? Why are you interested in him? Sayana says, oh, I guess you finally figured out. You're a smart one, Gojo. Really smart. That's why I'm interested in you. This is where, Yuhime is right now getting uncomfortable and wondering why this, kind of girl, or, lady is right now kind of interested in Gojo. Now, this, Sayana actually kind of like 6 feet. So yeah, she is tall. This is where, Gojo says, why are you interested in Yuji? Yuji. This is where the principal notices, and even Mei is also hearing this out. This is where, the lady just says, Sayana, who says, oh, because I'm interested in my little brother, how he actually does. This is where everyone gets catched off guard. What? This is where Principal Yake says, what do you mean, little brother? But his name isn't last, or this is where Sayana says, oh, Yuji, wait, no. This is where, Sayana says, oh, Yuji Itadori. Itadori is not his last name. Yuji Itadori is not his last name, so, yeah. It's Yuji D. Yoso. My little brother, the prince of the clan. This is where everyone's catch off guard when they heard prince. This is where Yoko says, what do you mean, prince? This is where Sayana says, oh, since, I'm somewhat of a princess in my clan, but I'm not that much chosen to be the clan head or anything like that. Not from, success or anything like that in our clan, because we really don't care about that. Like other clans, like the Zenin clan. But my little brother, Yuji, he was gifted with so many abilities. Well, you see here, since the Yoso clan is, specialized in elements, like other people can be born with either 1, 2, or 3, or even 4 if they get lucky enough, Yuji was born with all elements. He was gifted. He was a gifted child. And, everyone liked him because he was bright, nice, and everything. Of course, Yuji always wanted to live a normal life. So, of course, grandfather decides to take Yuji when he was 12 years old so he can at least, kind of deal with, what's it called, high school. Or not high school. Yeah, high school. High school and middle school. Does it wear well? Everyone is kind of shocked. And this is where Sayana says, Yuji always likes to hide his powers away. He never really wanted to show them off. He's not cocky. He's not arrogant. He's just normal. He wants to always be normal. But with him being very gifted, he can never be normal. So that's why he's here. That's why he ate the Sukuna fingers. If he really wanted to, he could have easily destroyed the Sukuna fingers from inside his body and destroyed Sukuna. He's that powerful. But he doesn't want to. He wants to help people. He wants to be somewhat kind of like thrown out of the Yoso clan so he can actually kind of like help people. He always been like that. Probably because of grandfather even saying that maybe he should help people. Grandfather wasn't much of a kind of self-righteous person. But yeah. So that's a little backstory of him. This is where, well, Gojo says. Interesting. So you're saying that Yuji Itadori is not his last name. Like, last name is Itadori. It is Yuji D. Yosan. This is where Sayana like smiles at him and says, yes, Gojo, you're very smart. And this is where Sayana's right now in front of him. And of course, kind of putting her hand on Gojo's kind of face. And Gojo's kind of, well, shocked with this. He's saying, how can you touch my face when I put infinity between us? This is where Sayana says, oh, Gojo, you're so naive. The Yoso clan, even though, well, we don't have Limitless or the 6 high like you are, we are specialized in all elements. I'm specialized in fire, goals element, but even one more, infinity. I can turn off your infinity and touch you. This is where Gojo is like, but does that mean Yuji? Yuji also has it. When I meant Yuji has all elements, I mean he has all elements. He's gifted. He's a gifted child. This is where Gojo says, huh. This is where, well, Sayana kind of grabs his like face a little bit and says, you really do have like, what's it called? Soft skin. This is where Gojo says, this is kind of awkward, don't you think? This is where Sayana says, I mean, it might be is, but you know, I really want to thank you for actually training my little brother. Somewhat. He didn't really need training. And Sukuna doesn't really need to heal him. He could have healed himself. But I'm so happy that you like to take care of him a lot. This is where Gojo says, yeah, you know, he's my student. Of course I have to take care. Before I even get to finish that sentence, what's it called? What's it called? Yurihime was right now shocked and kind of angry. For some reason, she is kind of getting angry a little bit at the sight of what is happening. The principals were kind of shocked, and Mei was also shocked. Because they were, well, Sayana decides to kind of lean in for and give him, well, a prize towards Gojo. Gojo was shocked because he wasn't expecting this, especially from Yuji's sister. And of course, his word, Gojo says, how old are you exactly? Well, Sayana says, 28. Just like the same age as you. So yeah, I'm a little older than Yuji. But it's fine, right? This is where Gojo kind of blushes a little bit. And of course, this is where, well, Sayana kind of smiles and says, so that you like it? Gojo says, I can't deny it and I can't accept. This is where Sayana chuckles a little bit and says, that was just a gift. This is where, well, she says back normally and says, Mei, that's your name, right? That's where Mei says, yeah, well, how much would it cost, or how much would I have to pay you for you to go look for my little brother and, well, kind of view him on the TV and all that? Like, put him on the TV. Kind of watch him and what he's doing. Mei says, a lot of money. How much? Uh, this is where she like this about it. She's like 50 million done. This is where May says, "What? I'll pay that much for my little brother, of course." This is where May says, "Huh? That's a lot of money. Are you really sure?" "Yes." And of course, this is where May says, "You want? We have a deal." This is where, well, the old man is shocked. Because the old man paid, I think, well, it never really was said in the anime, but I'm going to say that he paid like 39 million. And of course, to not show Yuji's kind of battle, because he's trying to kill Yuji. But for now, May just switches sides, and yeah. May says, "Okay, this is my account number." It's very well. Sayana says, "Okay." This is where she's kind of writing up a check and all. And this is where, well, she gives it to May, and May says, "Why, thank you." And this is where, well, Gojo's shocked, but he's kind of not shocked. He is shocked, but he's not shocked that much. This is where the old man is kind of grumbling and getting angry. This is where Gojo's smiling because fuck you, old man. But yeah. This is where we go into Yuji. Yuji's right now just kind of fighting with Todo. And of course, this is where, well, May is already kind of showing it on the TV. Now, of course, this is where Yuji kind of knows that he's being watched. But he's kind of nervous because, well, he can actually sense, well, May, but also someone else, someone familiar to him. And he's kind of nervous. So, of course, he doesn't mind. Right now, he's just fighting in, what's it called? Well, fighting with hand to arm, kind of training with Todo and all that. Todo's kind of training him and all that. Of course, everyone else is kind of fighting each other, blah, blah, blah. That will still happen the same. But yeah, of course, Yuji is kind of fighting and is trying to focus and all that. Even though he can actually kind of learn this pretty easily, he is kind of learning in the same pace. In the same pace as, well, original canon. He doesn't want to show that he is actually a genius at all. So of course, as it were, well, as I was saying, "Oh, my little brother's so grown up so much. He's now 5'8". The last time I saw him, he was only like 5'2". I miss him. I miss my little brother for 3 years. Grandfather's so mean." This is where everyone is seeing this. They're like, wait. Yuji was 12 years old. And that means he was 5'2", and you missed for 3 years. Huh. Why, of course. Pretty much our grandfather said that, well, Yuji is fine and blah, blah, blah. I miss my little brother. Oh, I just want to hug him. So, yeah. Of course, is where, well, Yuji is kind of having this weird feeling that someone's talking about him. He doesn't know why, but yeah. He doesn't sneeze, but yeah. This is where, well, he's right now just kind of training with Todo and all that, but yeah. This is where, well, the whole curse thing will still happen. Not the curse thing. The veil will still happen and all that. And of course, this is where, well, the veil is kind of canceling out things and all that. And of course, this is where Yuji and Todo stop for a second. And they see the veil kind of coming down. This is where, when the fire happens and the kind of TV just turns off and on. This is where, well, what's it called? Well, before that, this is where Gojo asks a question. What happens if Yuji ever dies? Towards Sayana. Oh, I'll find the person and kill him in an instant. I don't care if he's a part of a clan, bigger organization, or anything. So yeah, when that happened, the whole thing turns off. They were like, what? This is where Sayana says, what's happening? She gets serious. This is where, well, everyone's kind of a little scared of like how her tone just changed so fast from being kind of like a little, being kind of an older sister towards Yuji and then just becoming the serious person. Gojo is impressed and very scared of her because she can really just turn on him by just trying to kill him because she can turn off Limitless. But yeah, this is where, well, Gojo says, I'd rather not piss off Yuji or make him cry or anything like that. As it were, well, Sayana says, guards, come out. As there were two guards with two kind of mask shaped into different animals. Well, not mask shaped. There were two different color masks. One was kind of like yellowish and the other one was blue. And this is where the two of them says, yes, my lady. This is where, well, Sayana says, go find Yuji. Don't let him get hurt. If he does, I'll kill both of you. This is where both of them were nervous and they ran really fast towards where the veil was at. This is where, well, was it called? Sayana says, I'll stay here and trying to help May locate the other students, but also my little brother. This is where everyone is kind of shocked and wondering, wow, she really doesn't care about anyone else except her little brother. So yeah, of course, this is where, well, Gojo, the old man, and even Yuhime are right now just going towards the veil, the barrier and all that. Gojo still can't get in, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where, well, we go into Megami and, of course, the blood user and, well, speech curse user. Right now fighting against the wood kind of creature and all that. Well, not wood creature, the, I think his name or her name was Hidame or something like that. The curse creature. But yeah, the specialized curse creature. But yeah. Of course, they're like right now fighting against this thing. And of course, they're kind of losing. But this is where, well, Yuji is right now kind of saying, Todo, we got to do something. Maybe something's bad happening. Todo says, but wait. We have to, well, what's it called? I still have to train the one more thing. And this is where Yuji says, Black Flash you're talking about, aren't you? This is where Todo is shocked and said, how did you know? Yuji says, it was fun when I was lasting. But now I have to show my true colors. This is where Todo says, what do you mean? Yuji says, I haven't really been telling you the truth, my best friend. And since we have become best friends, I already know about Black Flash and how it uses. But that's not the point. Yuji's hair started changing colors from pink to like rainbow and colors. And this is where, well, Yuji says, this is how I truly look like, my true form. His eyes are right now the same still, they're kind of brown and all, but they changed into black. Well, the kind of, what they call it, instead of being white, it's black. And his eyes kind of like dragon slicked with rainbow colors around it. This is where Yuji says, my name is Yuji D from Yoso clan. Well, Yoso. And this is where Todo says, Yoso. Wait, that's one of the 4 great. Wait, are you? Yes, I'm sorry for lying about my true self. I just never wanted to be treated differently from, well, it's just because I'm from a great clan. Todo says, it's okay, buddy. I don't care if you're from a great clan or not. We're still best friends. And since you know Black Flash, tell me, do you know the full extent to it? This is where Yuji nods and says, the full extent to it, if you hit multiple times, you can damage the opponent a lot. But you have to control your emotions so you won't kind of lose control of it. And fucked it up. This is where Todo nods and says, dang good. Then I will call you my brother instead of, well, my best friend. This is where Yuji nodded and says, go help the others, please. This is where Todo nods and says, then I'll see you. So where are you going? This is where Yuji says, I feel a lot of cursed energy from that present over there. I might go over there to kind of help whoever needs it. Or cursed presence and all that. This is where, well, Todo nodded and Todo says, then I'll go help the others. This is where Yuji is right now running towards, well, some buildings. So the building for, what's it called? Megami, Maki, yeah, what's it called? Megami, Maki, and even what's it called? The other two are kind of right now on the ground. And of course, well, not on the ground, mostly on the roof and all. Because Megami and Maki are still on the roof and all. Is it where, well, Maki says, so, what's it called? Megami, give me the weapon. This is where Megami was gonna nod and gonna give her the weapon, the staff and all. Or kind of, yeah, it's like a staff or whatever. And this is where, well, Megami was about to give her the weapon until something happens. A sword actually appears on the ground, hitting the cursed energy, but the cursed energy managed to dodge. But of course, he still managed to get sliced in the, what's it called? In the, waist. Not in the waist. What am I talking about? The torso. This is where, the sword kind of flew and then stopped, and then kind of went on the ground, or on the roof mostly. This is where both, Megami and Maki says, "What is that sword?" This is where the cursed spirit says, "Then I heard it. I can burn it regen. God damn it, who was that?" This is where he's saying, "Who was that?" Or whatever. He first makes the noise and all that, and no one can really understand it. This is where Megami and Maki kind of cover their ears because it does hurt. Because this is where Yuji appears, and Yuji grabs his sword. And this is where Yuji says, "You're fighting me." This is where, the cursed spirit says, the cursed spirit, the special grace says, wait, you're Yuji, Itadori, aren't you? Why is your hair different?" This is where Megami and Makina, for some reason I keep saying Maki just says, "Yuji?" This is where Yuji looks behind and says, "Hey guys." Of course his eyes are closed and of course he's smiling. And of course, this is where, Megami says, "Why is your hair different?" And this is where, Maki kinda says, "Why is it Remlish?" This is where Yuji says, "It's none of your concern business. Just get the other two and run." This veil is kind of not protected against us students. It's just against Gojo. This is where, Maki says, "Y'all don't need to take orders from you." This is where Megami says, "I'm not even gonna let you die again." This is where Yuji says, "I knew you were gonna say that, both of you." This is where Yuji, he opened his eyes, and his eyes are slicked with a bunch of colors around it. And of course it's dark and all that, both of his eyes are. This is where both Megami and, Maki just stops on their tracks from trying to go forward towards, Yuji. Yuji says, "I'm sorry, both of you, but both of you have to leave now. I will take care of this. It doesn't matter if I'm different or not. Because I, UGD, from, UGD Yoso, will kill you down, cursed spirit." This is where, Megami and, Makino. For some reason I'm gonna keep calling her Makino. Maki, just heard that name, and this is where Megami says, "You mean Itadori, right, Yuji?" Yuji kind of turns back and says, "No, Yoso. I'm sorry for lying to you, Megami." And Maki, "My name isn't Itadori." And this is where, the cursed spirit says, "If you're not Itadori, but I can still feel Sukuna." This is where Yuji kind of he grabs his hand and goes towards his towards his stomach, and hits through his stomach, pierces through, and grabs 2 fingers out of it. Of course, the wound kind of heals really fast. This is where Yuji says, "You mean these 2 fingers, right?" This is where, everyone is shocked. Now, of course, the 2 are still knocked out, but yeah. This is where, Megami and Makino says, "What are you doing, Yuji?" This is where Yuji says, "Here, hold those 2 fingers for me, Megami." This is where Megami says, "But you don't have Sukuna no more. But you aren't. You're from one of the clans." Yuji says, "I am. Sorry for lying to all of you. I feel terrible, but I didn't want to be treated differently. I will not let you 2 die." This is where, Yuji says, "Now go." This is where, Megami says, "No, I'm not wait, what?" This is where he gets carried off by, a kind of weird presence. He doesn't know what this is. Yuji manipulates the ground to make 2 earth golems to kind of grab Megami and Makino and, also the other 2. He doesn't know how, but Yuji is very powerful in different elements. Where Yuji says, "You'll be fighting me, cursed spirit." We fast forward into the others kind of dealing with other things and all that. Panda is, meeting up with Norbert and also the flying girl and all that. And also, what's it called? Mai. Of course, they're like, what is happening? This is where the panda says, I do not know. This is where two stone golems are rushing towards them. And of course, they get ready to fight. But this is where Toto says, what is happening? This is where he noticed what they call the two stone golems, but he can sense they are from Yuji's creation, since Yuji is from the Yoso clan, and has explained that he's able to control elements. So of course he says, don't attack those two golems. This is where the panda and everyone else says, why? The reason why is because those are Yuji's creation. Yuji created two stone golems who will probably take them away. Makin and what's it called, Megami, are you still there, or are you too knocked out from the, I'm guessing, cursed spirit that knocked you out? This is where Megami says, just damn, this stone golem won't let me the fuck go. This is where Makin says, let's just stop fighting it. It's basically Yuji's creation. This is where Megami says, I don't give two fucks if it is. I'm trying to go back and help him. Toto says, shut up, or I smacked him in the head. Right now, Yuji's the only one to probably fight against the cursed spirit. For right now, we are gonna just try to get out and not do anything. Yurihime comes out of nowhere and says, all of you, are you fine? Wait. She counts all the numbers and says, what about, what's it called, okay, I can't remember the robot's name, but she says, what about him? Panda says, I knocked him out. Isn't he just a puppy and all that? This is where, well, Yurihime says, yes, that is true. Wait. Counts through all of them and says, wait. What about, what's it called? Well, the blue hair has also been kind of carried by Panda and all that. But yeah. This is where, well, someone with like whitish hair and bluish kind of highlights also kind of walked out and says, I'm also here. Someone with also red hair, just fully kind of scarlet red hair, kind of comes out next to the girl and says, I'm also here. This is where the Yuhime right now is just calm and says, good, you're all of way, where's Yuji? This is where Toto says right now he's fighting against a specialized cursed spirit. This is where, well, Yuhime just says, what? Why him? No, this is terrible, this is terrible. This is where Toto says, what do you mean terrible? His sister is here, and if Yuji dies, I feel like she's gonna murder me and Gojo for letting this happen. This is where everyone says, he has a sister? This is where Yuhime says, yes, not the point. Where is he at? All they hear is boom, boom, boom in the distance. So we go back into Yuji's fight against the cursed spirit. Yuji is right now using different elements, fire and water. He's throwing it at, what's it called? Well, not fire and water. He's using fire and wind. This is where it makes the fire increase a lot with heat and trying to burn the cursed spirit. With the cursed spirit right now fighting against Yuji, he is trying to dodge the flame attacks, the flame flashes from the sword, because the sword can switch into different elements. And of course, this is where Yuji is right now fighting against the cursed spirit. This is where Yuji already puts what they call earth into his leg and kicks at the cursed spirit. The cursed spirit was right now shocked and, well, just very shocked with the fact that Yuji kicked the shit out of him. But yeah, of course, he's right now trying to fight against Yuji more. And when he uses roots and all that, like, what's it called? The earth roots and all that, not earth roots, wooden roots and all that, at Yuji just burns him. This is where the cursed spirit realizes that if he even keeps trying to use things like these attacks at Yuji would just keep burning them. Yuji found out his weakness. Now, this is where, well, Yuhime, yeah, I think that's not Yuhime, no, not that. The, what's it called, cursed spirits right now trying to fight against the guy Yuji. Now, of course, this is where they use, what's it called, I'm gonna just say they because it really doesn't know, but yeah, they, whatever, decides to use what's it called, a massive amount of roots to attack Yuji. And this is where Yuji says, fire style, majestic flame destroyer, and spits out a large, just like large flames out of his mouth and just burning through it. This is where, well, everyone is trying to get towards what's called the building, and they see, whoa, something's burning. Yeah, this is where, well, everyone is shocked and what is happening. This is where he may kind of notice what is happening in the forest right now. So when they all kind of get to the forest, they see Yuji fighting against the spirits, the cursed spirits. Now the cursed spirit looks like he's tired, but Yuji is not tired. This is where Yuji kind of bites on his finger, and this is where he goes through hand signs. Because the Yoso clan is actually someone from, well, Naruto a little bit. Well, I'm taking a little bit from Naruto, but not much. But this is where Yuji says, summoning style. Come out, fire dragon. What's it called? Come out, fire dragon, Paramecious. And this is where Paramecious comes out, the fire dragon. This is where he is big and mighty and tall. And roars at what's it called? Well, the cursed spirit says, is that a fucking dragon? Everyone says, is that a fucking dragon? This is where Paramecious sends a giant gulp of flames at the cursed spirit. Because he already knows what is happening, somewhat. He just knows that his, what's it called, Yuji, Yoso kind of summoned him out. Or Yoso Yuji. So, of course, this is where he's sending a giant flames at what's called the cursed spirit. This is where the dragon says, what's it called, Yoso the Yuji, what did you summon me for? This is where, well, Yuji says, I summon you for, well, to help me out in the battle. This cursed spirit has been such a pain in the ass in dealing with it. The dragon nodded and says, then I will help you. This is where, well, Yuji says, then let's do it. This is where Yuji's eyes decide to go kind of silverish color instead. So they're rainbow first. Well, not rainbow. They became kind of orangey red for a second, and now they became gray. This is where Yuji's now using wind manipulation, while the dragon's going to be using fire. So yeah, this is where, well, Yuji is now sending multiple wind blades at, well, what's it called? The, cursed spirit. This is where the dragon launches flames into the wind slices to make the wind slices have fire instead and increase the fire. This is where the spirit gets hit by them and he's saying, damn it, this kid is difficult. He's not Sukuna no more, so I get to kill him. He rushes at, he rushes at what's called Yuji to try to kill him. Yuji blocks it with a windshield. And this is where, well, the cursed spirit is shocked. This is where Yuji says, space domain. This is where a space domain happens. Now, of course, it's not domain expansion or anything. You just say space domain, which a small kind of domain around Yuji and the cursed spirit appears. A smaller than a normal, what's it called, domain expansion. And this domain is just making, what's it called, somewhat them being in space for a second. That's where, well, Yuji says, meteor, what's it called, meteor star shower. This is where the cursed spirit was shocked and was right now getting pierced through around with what's it called, star attacks, and even getting hit by meteors. And he can't do anything. He's right now trying to punch at Yuji. And when he punches at Yuji, that's where Yuji says sun block, which a sun star appears and blocks the punch, right now burning the cursed spirit's arm off. As in right now, the cursed spirit can't really do much of anything fighting against Yuji. Now, of course, this is where, well, Yuji kind of dispense the domain a little bit. It's not what's it called, not expands, mostly just makes it disappear. And this is where the cursed spirit says, I gotta escape. This is where Yuji says, no you don't. Time stop. This is where time stops from the cursed spirit, and the cursed spirit cannot move. Yuji touches him in the head when he did it. And of course, this is where, well, the cursed spirit is right now frozen in time. This is where Yuji says, you will not die. Yuji, he pulls out his sword because he hasn't been using it that much. Because, well, he used it for making wind slices, but then he just kind of puts it back into his sheath that's on his back. And then he just grabs it out and says, die, you cursed spirit. That's where he just cuts the cursed spirit in half. In half of, like, what's it called, the waist. But then just decides to cut him more into 1,000,000 pieces. And this is where he says, wind stall, wind hurricane. The dragon says, fire stall, blue flames of wrath. And he just sends blue flames at the pieces of cursed spirit, and also Yuji does wind tornado. Or did I say hurricane or no? I think I say hurricane, which is a tornado somewhere. So of course the tornado becomes blue flames, burning the cursed spirits into nothing but just ashes. This is where both the dragon and Yuji just smiles at each other, and of course this is where the dragon says, "Well, I must be going, young Yuji. I hope you will get to master my sage mode first than the others, since I know you haven't been training." Yuji says, "I somewhat been training, but yeah, I know I have to train more." With the word dragon says, "Then farewell." He disappears, and yeah. Yuji says, "I feel kind of tired. Feel my head dizzy." Isn't where he closes his eyes and his sword just falls down. And of course, is where, well, it doesn't fall down like onto him and all. It falls down onto the ground. And of course, he just falls down behind, going to sleep. Yuji is tired. He's like, he's sleeping now. Everyone is shocked and they all rush towards Yuji. Definitely Megami and also what's it called? Some of the girls just like, what the hell do we do? Yuhime kind of goes up and kind of checks Yuji's pulses to see if he's not dead, and hoping he's not dead. Finds out that he's not dead, and she's like, thank God. This is where the barrier finally breaks and all that, thanks to Gojo. And this is where Gojo still destroys what's it called, that one guy's like arms and legs. And yeah, of course we go into what's it called. Next it is, well, we go fast forward. Yuji is right now somewhere not in the hospital. He's right now just recovering on a bed and all that. And right now, this is where, well, someone is kind of next to him. A girl with green hair. Yes, this is Maki. Maki, no. Not Maki, no. Maki. This is where she's kind of just next to him, wondering when the fuck is he gonna wake up. Because first, she's pissed. Second, she's kind of annoyed that Yuji was the one to have mostly all the fun. And third, she is kind of annoyed that Yuji never mentioned that he was from the Yoso clan, since she is from the, what's it called, Zenin clan. That's where, well, Yuji opened his eyes a little bit. This is where Yuji's like, my head hurts. This is where Yuji's eyes, they're kind of still rainbowish color. And of course, his hair is still rainbowish color. This is where Yuji's like, that sucks. Maybe I should never try that again. Did anyone see that? Maybe if they didn't, I'd be able to go back to normal. This is where Maki just says, what do you mean normal? This is where Yuji opens his eyes and see Maki just right there. This is where Yuji says, hello there, Maki. How should I say, you don't see this, you are just tired. Maki says, I have slept for a couple of days. I haven't been here just watching over you, idiot. This is where Yuji says, damn it. Fine, what do you want to know? That's where Maki says, why? Why didn't you tell me you were from one of the clans? That's where, well, Yuji says, because, Yuji doesn't really want to explain this, but this is where, well, something happens. The door opens, and of course, multiple people just like comes to the door. Mostly is from the Kyokyo and also the Tokyo students and all. But also, well, one girl decides to catch Yuji's eyes. A girl was kind of being 6'1" feet tall, kind of being near Gojo's height, but also have golden hair, like goldenish hair, and also scarlet red hair. And of course, her eyes are closed, and she has 2 fans. And of course, this is where everyone is confused who the hell she is, but yeah. Gojo says, are you fine, Yuji, right? Please tell me you're fine, because I don't want your sister to kill me. This is where Yuji says, big sis, Zayana, why are you here? This is where Zayana goes up to Yuji, first whacks him in the head. And this is where Gojo and Yuhime were kind of shocked, because they thought that First, Sayana was gonna hug him, but no. And so Sayana says, "You idiot. How many times have I told you? When there's a hard opponent, fucking run. Don't fight. Don't try to protect anyone. You realize you're the next clan head." So Yuji says, "Ow, fix this. Why the hell did you hit me?" It was where, well, Sayana then also hugs him and says, "I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad that you didn't, decide to give up on your training. But, next time you do something stupid like that, I'm gonna have to, murder you. Or, no, I don't want to murder my little brother. I'll murder Gojo instead." Gojo says, "Why me? What did I do?" And this is where, Sayana says, "Not like fully kill you. No, you're gonna help me well." How should I say? This is where Gojo says, "What do you mean? Help you in what?" This is where, what's it called? Sayana says, "Oh, easy. You're gonna help me in, well, kind of making a child together." This is where Gojo goes blushing and says, "Wait, what do you mean like that?" This is where, well, Sayana's like smiling creepily at him, and this is where Yuji says, "Sis, what are you doing?" This is where Sayana says, "Oh, nothing. I'll explain later to Gojo what we gotta do if you ever do get hurt, Yuji, again." Now, of course, this is where Yuji kind of nods slowly and very scared of his sister and all. But yeah. Now, this is where, well, Yuji says, "Yes, sis." This is where she says, "Okay, I won't report this to the clan because you're still not of age, but I gotta tell you one thing, Yuji. You're 15 right now, right?" Yuji nods. "When you become what the call in, 4 years, when you become 19 or 20, you will have to become the clan head in such a young age. I can't really stop the elders from complaining and all that, since I can't be clan head. Not because I'm a female or anything. It's because how I don't have all elements like you do, Yuji. And since you have lots of elements, you will have to marry about 15 females." After Yuji says, "Why that many?" "Because they want to know if you're able to, well, bring an offspring that actually has to call your elements. Like all of the elements." This is where Yuji nods slowly. And this is where, well, Diana says, "Well, I'm gonna have to go." This is where she grabs Gojo from the collar and says, "You will have to be talking to me." So yeah, this is where Gojo says, "Help, help, help." This is where he's trying to get Yurahime to kind of help him. And this is where Yurahime says, "Nope, I'm not helping you." This is where, well, Sayana says, "Oh, I forgot to mention." She grabs Yurahime also, and this is where she says, What about me?" This is where, well, everyone is kind of amused of this, but this is where, well, Todo says, "My brother, I'm so happy that you have, well, recovered really fast. I'm very happy. You didn't even take that much damage." This is where everyone's confused why they're calling each other brothers, but yeah. Yuji says, "Yeah, my head hurts a little bit." But this is where, well, Mai just says, "So you're from that clan. Stronger than the Zenin clan, exactly." Especially the Blood 2 just says, "What the fuck? If you were from the clan, and we would have killed you, does that mean..." Yuji says, that the other 3 clans would have died? Yes. This is where Yuji started whistling slowly, and this is where Todo says, "At least you didn't die, because I knew you were strong enough to probably whoop their asses anyway." And this is where the Blood Clan, and even the girl with kind of whitish hair and bluish highlights, kind of looks at Todo and says, "Fuck you." And of course, this is where, well, the others were kind of looking at this, and of course, they were kind of amused. Panda says, "So if you're from the Yoso clan, does that mean, that you are able to control every element?" This is where Yuji says he nods. This is where, well, Panda says, how many elements can you fully control? All elements. If you want me to give you a percentage of how many I can control at once, only 4 at once. That's where Panda says, that's pretty impressive for still kind of being, well, not that strong. That's where Yuji says, even though I didn't show how strong I was, I just didn't want to be treated differently. I didn't want to be called Prince every day of the famous clan or whatever. This is where Mai says, I wouldn't even call you Prince. This is where Yuji says, I wouldn't even call you Princess, even if you were from the Sennin clan. I would rather call Maki, Maki Princess than you. Basically, Yuji doesn't like what's called Mai that much. And Mai gets a freaking tick mark. This is Nobara just laughs and says, ha! See, even what's it called, Yuji says you're ugly. This is where Mai says, you really want to die, brown hair girl? This is where Nobara says, even if I died, I'm gonna kick your ass so hard, I'm gonna punch that face and make sure you stay ugly the fuck off. This is where Yuji is kind of sweat dropping. He's like, maybe I should have never said anything. This is where Maki is right now blushing and saying, why will you call me princess? She then says, I'm not even the heiress towards the clan. This is where Yuji says, even though you're not the heiress, it doesn't matter anything. I can see that you're pretty strong in your physical. And having no curse energy is a good thing, but also a bad thing at the same time. But that doesn't matter. You can make that a good thing. Because, well, you can easily kick the shit out of Gojo. When Gojo cannot see you at all. Even if he uses 6 eyes. 0 curse energy. This is where, well, Maki then thinks about it and she nods. This is where, well, Yuji's he's trying to get up a little bit off his bed and all that. And of course he can't. He is tired the fuck off. He says, I should probably train more. This is where Yuji says, Todo. Todo says, yeah? Can you get me off the bed or anything? Todo says, I would, but I'm not trying to piss off Shoko because she seems pretty freaking mad at me for, well, trying to take you out of the bed one time. Huh. No wonder I feel one of my legs kind of hurting. That's where Yuji says, okay. Fuck. But yeah. But this is actually where I'm going to leave it off for what to call part 1. Part 2 would just be the baseball thing and also what to call the fight with the whole Megami and the curse. Yeah, you get the point. The what to call the other curse bears. But yeah. I'm not going into manga or anything like for Jujutsu Kaisen until season 2 comes. I'm not going to do it, but yeah. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato. And also go check out Anime Sensei video. The Uchiha. The what if Naruto was an Uchiha. But yeah. But that's all for now. And yeah, bye-bye. Potato. Potato night, potato seed, and potato.